In last video, we explained the project information, which is consists the properties of the start date or set the calendar in general. Now let's move on to set the change working time, which is define the calendar here in MS Project. So go in your project and click on change working time. In this view, as you can see, we have options that related to the set the working times for the days or the hours in general. So as you can see, we have here the calendar by default comes when we create the project, and actually we have three types of calendar: 24 hours, night shift, and standard, which is the project calendar standard here in MS Project. And we can create a new calendar by clicking on this button. And as you can see, we have a legend represent the following things. First, the working time, as you can see, I represent in this calendar. And we have a non-working time. And we have edit working hours comes with this icon. Also on this calendar, we can start define exception day, as you can see in this color, and non-default work week. Okay. So in bottom you can see here we have exception. For example, the first of year we can set the exceptions days in the calendar. Okay. Then we can set the work weeks for this calendar, and by default, as you can see, we have the standard project calendar. So if you change the view here in the second tabs here, which is the work weeks, you can see here we can click on details and we can change we can change the working time of this work week for this calendar we have. Okay. Before we start, we need to set the project default times. Okay. Because when we working here with this window, we have three options to set the working time. We can use the project default times for these days, and we can change it in the option, in general option of MS Project. Also, we can set the days to non-working time as a holiday. And we can set the days to these specific working times. Okay. Now let's move on to change the general options of the working times of our project. So how we can do that? You can click here in options. Okay. Then as you can see, we have the project option, which is the general option of a project. We can open this window here from file and option, as we mentioned in the first video. So as you can see in the schedule, we can set the start week. As you can see on Sunday, I'm going to change on the Saturday. Okay. Because I need my project to start on Saturday. And the physical year here start on January. It's okay, starting from January. And the default starting time of the work on 8 a.m. It's okay. Default end time on 5 p.m. Now I'm going to change this to the 4 p.m. Okay. Fine. So as a result, the hours per day as a work here, by default it's 8 hours. Okay. But for the per week, we can times the 8 by 6, because we have one day as a holiday. It's a Friday. Okay. So we have here 48 hours work per week. And as a result from that, the days per month as a working day, it will be 26. Why? Because we have 4 days as a holiday in general in month. Okay. Fine. So if you need to change the default option of a schedule in your project, you can go to project option, then schedule, then you can change this option, because we need to depend on this option to create our schedule time. Okay. Fine. Now let's move on to create the calendar and set the properties of the calendar. Click on create a new calendar. From this window you can set the name of the calendar. For example, I'm going to rename it to the new standard, and this option allows us to create a calendar from paste or make a copy from the current calendar, which is the standard, for example, or we can select one of the three types of the calendar, which is the 24 hours or night shift or standard. And now I'm going to copy the default option that comes with the standard here in MS Project. Okay, then I'm going to click on OK. Now, as you can see, we have the calendar. For now, we are going to change the option for the new standard. Okay, I'm going to change on the second tab, which is the work weeks. Then you click on the details. So from this window, as you can see, we have three options to set the times work here for the days. So we now our project is starting on Saturday. So as you can see, Saturday by default use the project default times. So it's from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. Also Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay. For the Friday, we need to set this day to the non-working time. So by default is set by default time. So I'm going to change this option to set days to the non-working time. So click on OK. So as you can see here, the non-working time represents as a Friday. Click on OK to save this option.